My name is Colleen, and this is my kitchen. Believe it or not, this was me 4 years ago. I struggled with my weight my entire life. And finally, I came to the realization that diets don't work. By simply eating healthy and moving more, I was able to lose over 100 pounds. I started at a size 26W, and within about a year and a half, I went to a size 12, no W. And best of all, I've now kept the weight off for over 2 years, and counting. So now here I am in my kitchen showing you how you can eat healthy and lose weight just like I have. Because if I can do it, you can too. Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight we're going to be making a vegetarian salad. This is a great meatless Monday meal. It's easy to make, full of great nutrients, and it's vegetarian. I've always said going vegetarian once or twice a week is a great way to lose the weight and keep it off. So we're going to be making a pomegranate, winter squash, and sorghum salad. It's really rich in fiber and it's very, very good for you. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is cook up some sorghum. And sorghum is a traditional Indian grain. It's actually very, very old, dates from centuries and centuries ago, and is used a lot in Indian cooking. You're going to want to cook it according to package directions. I'm using a half a cup of dry sorghum cooked in 1.5 cups of water for 1 hour. Next, we want to go ahead and prepare our winter squash. And I have a small acorn squash here. It's about 1 pound, fully intact. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and trim off the top and the bottom, just like that. And then slice it in half lengthwise down the middle. Now let's go ahead and take a spoon and just scoop out those innards. Once we have that seeds and pulp scooped out, I'm going to go ahead and cut it again. So now we have our squash in quarters. And then I'm going to slice it into slices about 1/4 inch thick. Once I have that squash sliced up, let's make a bit of a glaze to help it roast up a little bit. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons of olive oil. And then I have 2 teaspoons of pomegranate vinegar. And I found this at Trader Joe's. Go ahead and add a pinch of coarse sea salt in there, and let's whisk that up. And finally, go ahead and add the squash to your bowl, and we're just going to toss that squash and let it get nice and coated with that mixture. Last step, we're going to go ahead and lay the squash out on here in a single layer. And I have the oven preheated to 425. I'm going to go ahead and roast these up for about 8 to 10 minutes on each side until these are cooked through. They'll be browned a little bit. I do want to turn them halfway through the cooking process just to make sure they're evenly cooked on both sides. To finish up the salad, we're going to make a bit of a dressing. I have a tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. And then we're going to use that same pomegranate vinegar, equal amounts, 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon. Let's add 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme leaves, and then some freshly ground black pepper and salt. Go ahead and whisk those up. And you'll notice that I'm using the same bowl that I coated the squash in, and that's just because it's using the same ingredients, so why not reuse it again and reuse any oils that are still left in there from the first time. So I dumped my cooked sorghum in there. If you can't find sorghum, you should be able to find it in your natural foods aisle. If you can't find it, I think an Israeli couscous, a pearl couscous, would go really well with this as well. So dump that in there, and then I have a 1/4 cup of fresh pomegranate seeds and a 1/4 cup of golden raisins. Let's mix those up. And then in my salad bowl here, I have 4 cups of baby kale, and it's very tender. It's not quite as thick and dense as fully mature kale. I'm going to go ahead and put my sorghum right on top of there. And then last but not least is that squash that we roasted up. Let's go ahead and just throw that right on the top. And there we go, pomegranate, winter squash, and sorghum salad. This recipe serves 2 people. I'm gonna go sit down and enjoy my dinner. I hope you'll give this a try. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time in my kitchen.